Hello, I'm Bill Labaris. I'm the editorial director of the Enterprise CIO Forum. And I'm very pleased today to be joined by Ralph Loura. Now, Ralph is the CIO of Clorox Corporation, and we're talking about some of the mega trends today in IT service and application delivery. Ralph, thank you very much for being my guest here today.
Very happy to be here, Bill.
So when we think about IT delivery, we have to think about cloud. What are, in your view, are the key business drivers of cloud computing in the organization today?
Well, the obvious ones, right? Speed, agility, the ability to get to do more rapid prototyping, to be able to take business concepts, model them in a system, experiment in rational ways. Very different than the old environment, which involved software acquisition, software installation, hardware acquisition, configuration, customization, and so on, before you could get to the part where you could begin developing and deploying business process and business solutions. So the speed and agility are really the two driving factors. In addition to that, I think what's happening is more and more we're being able to take technology with us into the point of activity, into the customer's office, into the supply chain environment, whereas before it was locked kind of in your cube or behind the four walls of the corporation. We're able to find ways to bring, through mobile technology, through sort of visual access to data and information and process, bring more tools to bear at the point of activity as opposed to the office.
Okay, so speed, agility, but more importantly in the long term, getting IT directly into the purview of customers and contacts of the company.
Exactly.
Are we, in essence, then, at the dawn of a new era of service delivery and application delivery?
A lot of pundits out there debating where we are in the cycle. The two analogies that come to mind for me date back to now it's almost a 20-year-old book by Geoffrey Moore, the Crossing the Chasm book. And I think what we really are talking about is it's this evolution, but we're at this precipice of the chasm. There are a few folks that have made the leap that are pretty heavily in the cloud, if you will. There are a few folks that are kind of on the other end peering over and wondering what it's like over there. But I do believe this is more of a chasm. It's sort of an inevitable transition that the world is making. The other analogy comes to mind is also a couple decade old book by Clayton Christensen, The Innovator's Dilemma. And I think of the paradigm of the up and coming, maybe not as good, not as feature rich, not as reliable, not as performing solution that's disrupting some of the legacy environments that have many more features, a larger installed base, more capabilities. And so this disruptive innovation that's occurring in the cloud by folks ultimately is beginning to overtake already some of the smaller, kind of lower end capabilities of the large incumbents. And over time, I think we'll continue to see that play out.
So Ralph, if we look at the state of application and service delivery today, and let's look out, say, 3 years to 2014, maybe 4 years to 2015, what's different then compared with now?
Well, we just actually had a conversation about this morning in our architectural review board. And for us, the future, maybe it's not 2014, maybe it's 2015 or 16, right? It's the 3 to 5. I'm not going to bet on the year, but I know we're going to get there. And what it feels like now is tier 1 applications, big ERP, highly, on private hardware, be it hosted or not, dedicated to a company, reasonably highly customized, embedded solutions are likely going to stay that way. So 3 to 5 years from now, I don't see a whole lot of people running Oracle, SAP, Microsoft Dynamics in the cloud. A few people will, early adopters. Most large companies aren't going to be there. Tier 2 apps, I think of some of your demand planning systems, certainly your CRM system, your warehouse management systems, e-commerce environments are already moving toward a cloud-based solution. More of them are multi-tenant. Even if you're not multi-tenant, you're multi-tenant in a platform sense. So you may be a single-tenant software instance sitting in somebody else's platform as a service environment. And so I think that's where we're taking those tier 2 kind of departmental organizational apps. And then I think the third tier of apps are the end user productivity compute environment, and we're already there. So largely that environment is, I think, of the backup solutions like a Mozy, a Carbonite, an Iron Mountain. Those solutions exist in the cloud today. More and more Dropbox, SkyDrive kind of solutions exist. We're starting to see the desktop environment become fragmented move into the cloud, not in a holistic or connected way yet, but I think that's kind of the next step. So by 2014, my hope is I can put fairly thin clients. I can put almost any device on a desktop. You want a Mac, a PC, a Linux box, a netbook, an iPad, and I just connect you to the desktop, the virtual desktop that's been provisioned in a multi-tenant cloud environment, but it's all done in a secure, seamless, connected way that satisfies the needs of the business.
Well, Ralph Loura, CIO of Clorox Corporation, thank you very much for sharing those insights with us.
Thank you, Bill. I enjoyed it.
And thank you for joining us as well. I'm Bill Laveris, Editorial Director of the Enterprise CIO Forum, saying we'll see you again soon.